The number one thing people fear about starting an online business. Every time a student signs up for my academy, the first thing they have to do is fill out a form. They get an email that says, hey, fill out this form, give me some data on how I can best serve you, how I can best help you. And if you've gone through my program, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I went in there today just to scrape the data, see if I could find any patterns in what everyone was answering with a few questions. I went in there first to see what people are most excited about learning so I could create content around that stuff, because that's one of the questions I ask. But then I saw the first question I asked, which is, what are you most afraid of? And that question kind of caught my eye, and I went in there and started looking at the answers of what people are most afraid of. And I copy pasted all the answers. I put them on a separate screen so I could easily see them all. And I read through them all one by one. And after reading over 122 answers, I think it's like 126 answers in there. After reading all those answers, and it was over like 2,000 words. After reading all those words, I came across a few keywords and a few key sentences that kept coming up time and time and time and time and time again with what people are most afraid of. Now, before I tell you what they're most afraid of, I want to tell you what they're most excited about. What people are most excited about with making money online is the freedom. That word came up like over 40 times in 126 answers. So freedom is what people are most excited about. But what they're most afraid of that's preventing them from accomplishing that freedom, what they're most afraid of that's preventing them from getting started and really doing what they know they got to do, that fear is the fear of not being good enough, not being enough. The biggest fear is that they're not enough. And if you're watching this video and you're feeling like you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough for Instagram, you're not good enough for YouTube, you're not good enough to sell something, you're not good enough to help somebody, you're not good enough to make an impact, you're not good enough to make a change, you're not good enough to succeed with making money online. If you feel that way, just know that you're not alone, because the vast majority of my students feel the same way. In fact, if my students feel that way and they're still signing up, then you know that 90% of the people who don't sign up but who want to are definitely feeling that way as well. And the people who aren't even considering making money online, if you ask them, oh, hey, how come you don't consider making money online? They'll probably tell you, if you get down to the nitty gritty, if you keep asking them more and more about where they're at and what they want and what they're afraid of, what's stopping them, what you'll probably find is that they feel like they're not enough. And I just want to make this video so that I can tell you right now, gives me this opportunity to tell you right now that you are enough. You are enough as you are right now. Like where you're at right now, you're good enough to get started. Will you get better? Of course. Of course you'll get better. If you put in an hour a day to learning how to create ebooks and sell online courses and put together coaching programs, if you put in an hour a day, an hour of study a day, if you attend some of the weekly group coaching calls that we offer inside the academy, with an hour a day, after a month, that's 30 hours. Within a year, that's like freaking 300 plus hours. That's 360 hours. That's incredible. That's 360 hours of forward progress that you could have made and that you can make if you decide right now today that you're going to get started, because you are enough. And I'm not saying this so you join my academy. You can go and learn a lot of this stuff on YouTube. You can go and learn a lot of this stuff on Instagram and Facebook, and there's other people offering courses. I'm just saying this so that you get started. You get started. And if you want to know the very, very first step, if you're like, Ted, just what's the first step I got to take in order to start making money online? The first step, something that you can do on your own. You don't need to download anything. You don't need to buy anything. Something that you can do on your own right now. The very first step you can do is to just decide, is to make a decision that you're going to go for it. Just decide that you're going to do it. Just decide. That's the first decision. I remember Bob Proctor, my mentor, went on stage one day and he said, he walked on there and everyone was cheering. The crowd was cheering. Bob Proctor, Bob Proctor. He goes on there, grabs the mic and he says, do you know what's required to make a lot of money? And all these people start shouting all these answers. But everyone got the answers wrong. And then he said, None of those things are required. The only thing that's required to make a lot of money is a decision. You're just one decision away from making a lot of money. And he's like, now you may have a hard time believing that. You may have a hard time believing that it's just a decision. But once you make the decision, you'll realize that it was the decision after all that was preventing you from getting started. And I think what prevents people from making the decision in the first place is just not feeling like they're enough. So if you haven't made the decision yet to make money online with online courses or ebooks or coaching, even though it's what you want, even though you're excited about the freedom that comes with it, it could very well be that you're just feeling like you're not enough, you're not good enough. You just don't have that confidence yet. And that's totally understandable because we were not raised, you were probably not raised in a school or a household that instilled that confidence in you. You were probably not raised in a household or a school that instilled that certainty in you, that this was the way to make money. This is by far the best way to make money. This is something that I had to learn myself. Nobody came over to my house, knocked on the door, opened the door, sat down with me and taught me how to make money online or taught me that this was the best way to go about doing it. Like I had math tutors or English tutors or, PE teachers or what have you, or personal trainers. Like you can't go and just go get a online money making coach like you can get a personal trainer. Personal trainers are everywhere. You can go get a math tutor everywhere. You can go get an English tutor anywhere. You can go learn Japanese from tons of tutors in almost any school. But school doesn't teach how to sell ebooks, how to sell online courses, how to sell coaching. It's just not the way society is set up. Society is set up for people who want to work for other people. And if you want to work for other people, by all means, go and work for other people. I need people working for myself. I hire people. I have staff. So if you want to work for people, find someone you love to work with and then work with them or work for them, however way you want to phrase it. But not everyone's cut out to be an entrepreneur. That's 100% for sure. But if you have entrepreneurial tendencies and you feeling like an entrepreneur and you want to just freaking do it, it just comes down to making a decision and just realizing that you're good enough and you're going to get better. Like you're good enough right now to start, but you're obviously not good enough to be making tens of thousands of dollars a month. Otherwise you'd be doing it. But you're going to get good enough. And every day that goes by, every second that goes by, when you're in that mindset of like, I'm good enough, you keep getting better and better and better and better and better. It's incredible. So this is the video. I just wanted to end it there. But thanks so much. And as you can see here, I just 2,000 words, 11,000 characters. I went through all the data, and it came out to being that people are, suffering from self-criticism, self-judgment, and just not feeling good enough. So you are enough, and you can make it work. If you want to get started, like I said, make the decision to go for it. And then if you want training on how to get started, link is in the description for a free training class on how to sell ebooks and online courses in the vegan niche. Hope this video was helpful. If it is, awesome. Peace. See you in the class. Link in the description. Ciao.